Quote is $25,600.
Somewhere on the sea, it got a little longer, so it seems. I burned out, so to speak.
So this week we are going behind the scenes and we're doing kind of the real life reality behind the business and the brand of Niyc Pidgeon and Unstoppable Success. Right now this morning we are on the way to the dentist, which seems very random, but it's very much a big part of my life and I'm going to be sharing with you exactly why.
And I know just what to say, and I know just what to do, and I'm so sick of pain.
Honestly, I wish you were here the other day because I finished leading a retreat and people don't see the behind the scenes of what goes on during like a retreat or a live event. And I finished and I was like, oh my goodness, it's complete. Finished on Friday afternoon. I had a dinner to go to on Friday night, and these dinners are amazing, like with my friends. They're always just like super awesome. And I'm like, I've got nothing left. I am so tired. And I like lay on my bed, I was like, can I just have a moment? I wasn't talking to anyone, I was like totally talking to myself. And I ended up like having a little cry and then having a shower and pulling myself together. I was like, right, okay, I can do this again. And everything's fine, like nothing is wrong at all. It's just like this, like almost like you work so hard to a point, you set yourself a goal and you put so much pressure on yourself to perform. And when it's all over, it's like, how do you actually decompress for that? How do you relax? How do you celebrate? How do you reflect and like make it even better for next time? So there's definitely a lot that goes on behind the scenes that people do not see.
You hear me, baby? If you're sick for love, don't try to hide it. Find it deep inside and try to hide it. If there's a way, I wanna know we tried it. Quit your games and now that you denied it.
So we're literally trying to find where my dentist is. So it's the first time that I've been to this particular dentist. So this guy is apparently the best of the best in Beverly Hills. And what many people don't know is that I have actually had veneers since I was 19. And I had them replaced in December, but they're temps that I've got on right now. So it's something that makes me like super nervous and not that confident. So I'm really excited to see what I can get done this time to make my smile a Hollywood smile. I kind of thought it was like an apartment. 9:15 like that.
Oh, okay. Good morning.
Time I had my operations on my teeth. This is what my face looked like. You have to excuse my cracked screen. I don't even look like me, do I? This was across 4 days, so in December, my change in faces, like a little chipmunk. So I had bone grafts and gum grafts done, and so many painkillers, I was literally like, woo, completely off my head. Got to go and see a surgeon again. Oh, to investigate what we can do to actually fix this situation. Crazy, crazy. So how cool is this? It's crazy. That's Michael Jackson's dentist. I'm not even joking, it's like absolutely wild. So I've got to go and see a surgeon again, which is a nightmare, but fingers crossed. So I'm have to call this guy and see if I can get an appointment. Quote is $25,600. Just got out of the dentist and I'm here with the amazing Lisa Bean, who's come in from the UK, then New York, and then come here to Los Angeles, and we are vlogging all week, so I'm super excited. We're just at Cafe Gratitude right now, having breakfast and having a meeting after I've been to the dentist, so you'll have to watch the vlog to find out what on earth happened this morning there. I'm gonna try and see if my friend Zuri's around and we can maybe pop it in the office because it's nearby. Then I've got a call with my coach from 2 till 3:30, so we'll go to the Mondrian before then and get you checked in. Do that. I've got an appointment at 4 o'clock that you could come to, and I might have one at 5. Today's just very chill basically. Tomorrow I've got a lot of calls. Amazing news. Amazing news. And breakfast has arrived. It's a good day. Joy in the little things in life. I have a meeting with my ops manager, so I need to do that in just a moment after I have fed my brain. So we'll go through all of the KPIs for the week and what we want to accomplish, and what's important, what's a priority, and what we can let go of as well. So we'll do that in a moment. He's done a proposal for like all of my video content completely covered, from the produced stuff to my courses to the vlog, and actually found LA filmmakers to do that as well, which is amazing. So I don't know if the quotation's ready, but you could ask. That would be cool. Thank you.
How was your course?
It was good, really good. So getting like super clear on the numbers from last week for where we're at for the month and what's happening for the week ahead as well. So we always track like what events we're doing and making sure that I'm like engaging with people, because my favorite thing is like building real life relationships. So whilst I have an online business, my favorite part of the business is like meeting everyone in person. It's like so different. So I always make sure that I do something like that every week, or I say like 4 times a month. And I think I've done about 7 this month already, so we're like ahead of target, which is good. LA's so huge, and this is what I figured out when I first moved here. Like when you're from England, it's like you have your town and you can kind of drive from city to city within like an hour, but you never would. And you live in LA and it's like one city, and it's so sprawling that sometimes even to get across to Beverly Hills can take like an hour and 20 minutes. So you kind of get used to like staying in your own little suburb and like having your own little walkable area and like seeing your friends in that little area. You don't even realise, I'm sure the UK can actually fit inside of California. I don't know if that's true, but I think it is, which is just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. It's so interesting that my brand is like the girl in the pink dress, because I've always traditionally wore like all black outfits or all white outfits, and I only ever got the pink dress because I had a photo shoot and I wanted to appeal to women entrepreneurs. So I thought that if I wore a pink dress, people would kind of like connect with me more. But as our brand's evolved, I've become more and more myself again. So now I like walk around all in black with my backpack on. I'm like a little assassin. So this is like my normal get up, just either all black during the day, or if I go to an event, all white. I'll show you some more of that behind the scenes, all my dresses and all of the outfits and what they mean later this week.
So what would you say to people building a brand now about trying to appeal to an audience versus being themselves?
I'd say like you've got to do a bit of both. Like you have to be professionally branded. Like if I look at now at people who are trying to build a business online and they don't have a professional photo, or you don't have a professional photo shoot, like people aren't going to take you seriously. Yes, the millennials now want to know the behind the scenes, they want the vulnerability, they want the honesty, they want the story, they want the real life, and they want to know that they can trust you in terms of the fact that you've built a business and you're actually professional and credible for yourself. thing. I was like always wanted to like dress up like a real carnival girl. Hi, how are you? I'm good, thank you. I just wanted to get some new skincare if possible.
Of course.
It's so hard to find this in Los Angeles.
Frank sent you here? You said?
It was, no, I just went online. Usually I get my Environ stuff from England.
Okay.
I went online and they sent me your details.
Fantastic. So you know which one you're looking
Yes, this one.
for? Elizabeth Taylor, and she gave him a lot of frame.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
they were a very good friend. He was at his wedding, at her wedding with Michael Jackson in the past. Yeah.
That's amazing. So that's twice in one day Michael Jackson's been mentioned.
Oh yes?
Yeah, well I just went to the dentist this morning and it was
Yes.
Michael Jackson's dentist.
Oh, you see?
So now we've got the salon owner who was friends with Elizabeth Taylor and Michael Jackson, so that's good. My business, so I wrote my first book and I wanted to do it in the sunshine instead of in the rain.
In which type of industry?
Positive psychology, so how to be happy.
Positive.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
I'm very grateful. I literally have the best job.
Yes.
Like I have a ton of stuff that I'm ready to work through, so I'm excited just to like sit and get at my desk and like smash through it. So we've got social media content and want to mentor my groups. So we have our Unstoppable Success Accelerator, all of the women in there. All of the women in there, like I always say, like if you've got any questions, just post them in the Facebook group. So I check in every day with that and make sure that everyone's supported. And then some meetings with my team later on, so my digital marketing team. So we're working on a new funnel, which is exciting. So always like in business, there's like a million different things that you've got up in the air at any one time. So we tend to break them down into projects and or like, whether it's in my notepad or whether it's in like our systems management software, Asana, they're broken down and then all tasked out. So it means that I can have like 100 plates spinning at once and still somehow manage to move forwards with them. So it's kind of like an organised chaos of making sure that everything works. And I know where everything's at inside of my head, but there needs to be some sort of system so that the rest of the team know that as well. So there's a ton of stuff that we're working on. It's always about thinking, what is it that's actually most important for the day? So I have like a planner that I use where I focus on like what the priority activities are for the day, and they're like non-negotiables. Like even if it's 10 o'clock at night and I haven't done them, they need to be done, otherwise like the business isn't moving forwards. I mean, there's definitely got to, it sounds so basic, but there's definitely got to be a focus on sales and marketing. And I think so many people get caught up with like just doing stuff for the sake of it, or like putting out content but not having a call to action. So I think always remember, like you've got to give a ton of value up front, so you need to be giving stuff away for free content, freebies to build your mailing list, and you need to be asking for business as well, because it's so easy to just keep generating content again and again and again and again, but it actually not benefiting you or your client, because you can't actually help them unless they're in your program or unless they're downloading your thing or buying your product. So you're actually doing them a disservice if you're not stepping up to sell as well. So no, and see when would be good. Wednesday night might be good. I don't think I can do tonight because I just need to catch up on some team stuff. I've got a meeting in Culver City or Playa Vista at like 5, so go across there. I don't know what time it will finish in terms of getting to the UCLA thing, probably too tight. But Wednesday could totally work. Malibu would also be a great idea. Yeah, let me have a think. All good. But I will be back at yours at like 2 o'clock. I've got a call with Marla.
Somewhere on the sea, it got a little longer, so it seems. I burned out, so to speak. Now come a little closer. I feel a little light in the light track. I felt a bit of bad, but I came back.
What are we doing here?
This is my day, getting some new Apple AirPods. at the Beverley Centre. So technological advancement. For a clever person, I'm really stupid. Like absolute genius, but no common sense. And it's not even like just me that says it. Like I went to Vietnam for my friend's wedding, and my friend Tony was like, yeah, Nick, you've never changed. You're still like the stupidest clever person that I know. Okay, we've got directions. So we are on, going up and around the corner. We had someone send us an email a few weeks ago that was like, we have taken over your website. You must send us $1,000 in Bitcoin, otherwise we'll completely shut it down. Went onto the website and like literally put like a lock on it. So I get our digital marketing team to like unblock it and make sure that they didn't like hack the whole thing. All in a day's work. I went and cried by the fridge and made a cup of tea. I was like, what can I do? This like English and I was like, tea will make everything better right now. It definitely did, but mainly my digital marketing team made it better.
I don't think you still have that at this level, because like that's something that everybody faces that just doesn't go away.
Oh God, yeah.
How do you like look after your business, that side of things?
I mean, it gets easier in terms of like the stuff that you have to deal with. Like it is what it is. There's always going to be something going on and going wrong, and you get so used to just dealing with problems as a routine thing. Whereas like previously it would have like been like the biggest deal in the world. Like that was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back that day, because it's like things mount up and they're like get on top of you, and then finally I was just like, oh my goodness. But it's nice to have a cry sometimes.
Oh, I wanna stay right here, chilling with my friends for another year. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life. Oh, come on, turn your hate into poetry, pain into power. Your minutes into hours. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life.
So I do a lot of my business, like a lot of my team communication on voice notes, just because it's like so much quicker, and if you're on the go you can like get a message or ask a question or like find something out really quickly.
Oh, I wanna stay right here, chilling with my friends for another year. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life. Oh, come on, turn your hate into poetry, pain into power, enemies to friends and your minutes.
So we are on our way up La Cienega Boulevard. We are going to the first house that I lived in here in LA. So two big entrepreneurial houses next door to each other. And we're going to stop in and get a B vitamin shot, or B vitamin for anyone who doesn't understand what a vitamin is. A B vitamin shot on the way. Look how amazing this is. It's so amazing, like just appreciating Los Angeles, because there's so many things that like go unnoticed if you just like walking past them. But somebody's taken the time to actually create this and like paint it, which is so beautiful. Let's do that.
All right, have you been here before?
I have many times.
Right, just bring your name here for me.
Oh my God, I'm out of breath from them steps. It's not good.
And I'll get some more for you, okay?
Thank you.
What are we doing here?
We are getting a B vitamin injection. So it's good for energy. So I try and get one of these every week. It's like a shot in your ass. It makes you feel amazing. Great, cool. Thank you. That's alright. Thank you so much.
How are you?
I'm good.
Hello, how you doing?
If you want us to tag you, we will, and if you don't, then we
that's
won't.
fine.
I've been coming here for like years and years and years. Makes me feel good. It's not normal to do this in England. Stings.
Very good.
Thank you. Easy.
Thank you.
Back to normal life. You too.
When will that kick in?
Straight away.
We're going to see a difference. Ting!
Yeah. I'll be teaching you all of the things in just a minute. I feel like the people that I have around me, it's a great thing because they're super hard on me, and they're like, yeah, you've done this, great, but that's not good enough. Like, you've got to do this next thing, or this thing's shit, or like, do you know what I mean? Like, don't get too big for your boots, basically, which is a great thing. And sometimes you just want to be like, give me a break. Like, let's just have one day where it feels like easy. But if it was always easy, then it wouldn't be worth it. Like, the challenges are like actually what changes you, and it's the hard stuff that actually makes you more resilient, and it makes you more grateful when you do have those high highs. Because when it feels like sticky, when it feels like it's really tough and it feels like it's stretching you, like, you know that you're growing, and you know that when you're on the other side of that thing that feels difficult right now, you're going to look back and you're going to have so many learnings and lessons because of that. So even when things feel hard, and even when my friends and my mentors and my coaches are really tough on me, I understand that, like, that is my choice. Like, I choose very carefully who I spend time with, and I choose those conversations. So I can't be like in a pity party and be like, oh, I feel sorry for myself because this person was so hard on me. I mean, sometimes I do say that as well. But at the same time, like, I take accountability and I take responsibility for the conversations that I'm having. And I know ultimately, like, to be the best in the world, I've got to be prepared to have those conversations. I've got to be prepared to look honestly at what I'm doing and who I'm becoming in order to continue to grow. And I think as well, like, you need to be careful with who you are taking advice from, because if I look at the people who are having challenging conversations with me, it's like I said, it's people who I've chosen to have those conversations with. What I see a lot of women entrepreneurs struggling with is negativity from people who haven't been asked an opinion, or people who don't know our industry or don't have the same map of the world. So whenever you're taking advice from someone, or if somebody has a commentary on something that you're doing, like, look at actually where that comment is coming from. Like, is it coming from a place of trying to support you, or is it coming from a place of them seeing what you're doing and them not understanding what you're doing because they're on a different journey to you? They have a different map of the world. It's like, previously, like, my parents or like my brother thought I was like crazy for doing what I do, and they probably still do now, to be honest. And they were like, you shouldn't go and set up this business, like, really you should get a job, Nick, like, it's much more secure, it's much more stable. But if you look at like the way the economy is going now, in actual fact you have more stability and security when you trust yourself and you rely on yourself, and you build a business that ultimately you can control. You control your impact, and anything's possible.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, I was building on a lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. Working on applying the scheme. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. The breeze come freeze up, straight dropping the chills. I'm talking.
So when we first moved to Los Angeles, Natalie and I were looking for somewhere to stay. We got an Airbnb for a week, and then we found these places on Airbnb. So there's two houses next door to each other, and they were filled with entrepreneurs. So there's like 7 entrepreneurs in one house, 7 in the other house, which sounds like it would be amazing, but it was an absolute nightmare. So everyone was like in different industries, and we had like a total clash of, some people wanted to like stay up all night and party, other people wanted to like work and create. But it was a really amazing learning. We were there for 3 months, I think, or maybe even 6 months, maybe 3 months. So like finding out like where we wanted to be and like finding our feet and getting used to living in LA was just so fascinating. I feel like in LA, because it's such a big city, it's really easy to get in at the wrong crowd. So we very quickly learned like who we wanted to hang out with and what experiences we wanted to create. One thing that's amazing though is just up the street is Kundalini. So I used to walk every single day up the hill onto Sunset Boulevard and go to Kundalini every morning at 9 a.m.
It's the way I see the world around me, but every time I end up where I begin, in the same way I always do my part, I try to make it stay. It's the same play, but with change your heart.
So tell us about the journey from where you were when you first got here to what you've experienced today.
Oh my goodness, I think like the biggest thing is, I mean, this morning like getting a bill for the dentist for $25,600 is kind of like you take it in your stride now. Like that hasn't always been normal, and probably still shouldn't be normal now. But like if I look back at where I was 4 years ago, I was in Newcastle. I didn't have this online coaching business that I have now. Like I literally had made no money. I'd had a business before and I'd been struggling like months up and down, like all over the place, working so hard and not getting any results. And it was when I like got laser focused and I started to look at what other people had done that had worked and took advice from my own first coach that things started to really change. So it's like looking back at like what helped me along the way, and when I reflect on that, like one thing that really helped was when I won the Young Entrepreneur of the Year award in the UK. So I always recommend like if there's any awards that you can like nominate yourself for or get someone else to nominate you in your local area, that can be a great confidence boost, and it can also really build your brand. So I did a lot locally before I went and like built globally. And the difference between now and then, I mean, I've got so much more confidence now, not all of the time, but like so much more confident, and so much gratitude for like the freedom that I've got and being able to spend time, invest time doing what I absolutely love and having those choices. Hasn't always been easy, and it will continue to not be easy, because at every phase of growth you are required to have a new level of self-belief and a new way of thinking, a new like opportunity to retool, apply new strategies and stuff. So it's always going to be challenging, and it's so worth it. So worth it.
Try to change the way I see the world around me.
Honestly, I'm like the most clumsy person trying to eat a breakfast. Honestly, Jess, like I nearly had a wine this morning when I got out of the dentist. Thank you. This is my life all over. Niyc Pidgeon, yeah. I had the strangest dreams last night. Like I got some this new supplement from Bulletproof the other day, like a sleeping thing. I'm sorry, there's just a loud noise. Gave me anxiety. It's like super cute. It looks so clean.
Do you come along here often?
Do you come here often? Conversation, I just feel really car sick all of the time, so I have to stay looking ahead and stay focused. I'm like a child. I'm like, why does this happen? Amazing. But like so like ab fab.